Okay, Jason Moonwall Jam on the fly. And today you're going to tie this crane fly pattern. I picked this crane fly, the pattern itself I picked up from, I don't even know where I got it, but one that I liked. And when I see something I like, I may do a little bit of variation on it, but I tie them. I mean, it's because a good fly is a good fly. It doesn't matter who put it together originally or whatever, but I mean, this is just a really nice tie. Let me take a closer look at this. This is the guy that a lot of people think is like a big mosquito, but it's really a crane fly, adult. And that's pretty much what it has, the resemblance of a big old mosquito when you see them. Let me zoom in on this, show you a couple of characteristics of it. We got an extended body. Okay, so if I turn this, you can see the long legs that are all knotted up. They're either pheasant tail or turkey tail, knotted. And then the extended body. Let's see if I can get a better view of that. And there you go, we got a nice extended body right through here. And wings. Got the wings there. And some hackle in the front. That's about it. May do a little bit of colorization on the body and kind of match what crane flies may look like in your area, but basically when you throw that out, looks like a big old crane fly. Let's tie this. Zoom in just a little bit more. Going to show you, let's do the extended body first. So I'm just going to take a normal straight pin and I'm going to use ultra thread. I'm going to tie right, I'm going to leave a tag, leave a longer piece of thread for a tag, and we're just going to tie that right on the tip like that, holding some pressure on it. I'm just going to do a whip finish. This is pretty much the way I do all my extended bodies. There's a nice little whip finish on that. Beautiful. And then we're going to keep this piece of thread and we're just going to lay that back over the top. Cut myself a nice thin piece of foam. This happens to be a very light cream color. Matches a lot of the bodies, either a cream or a tan seems to be the. I'm just going to tie on like that. And if you ever seen any of my extended body videos, basically I do 3 wraps. And then I step front, wrap underneath, make sure you're wrapping over top of that center thread. 1, 2, 3 in the same spot. We're going to come again. Oh, I'm going to get that a little bit bigger. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Jump up again. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to just take my whip finish. We're going to come right over the top of that, and we're going to finish this baby off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. We'll whip finish that off. And then we're going to cut that. We're going to trim off the foam so it's a little bit longer so I have something to work with. We're going to keep that tab there, and I'm also going to snip this off long. So we have that to work with. And the body will pull right off the pin, and you're going to end up with that. That's your extended body. Very easy to tie them. I tie them for a lot of my big Drake mayflies. The extended bodies, come a long way. Here's the next thing. I'm going to show you how to. We may as well get this out of the road right away, and I'll show you how we knot these fibers. I'm going to take my tweezers. Let me grab that here. Okay, got my tweezers, and I am going to, off of this pheasant tail, I'm going to pull out 2. There's 2 fibers there. I'm going to bend that around, pinch that in between my fingers. I'm going to reach through the loop, grab the tip, and I'm going to come right back through like that. First knot, there you go. Okay, and we're going to do the exact same thing one more time. I'm going to take the tip. I'm going to fold it around, make a loop. I'm going to pinch that with my finger. I'm going to come through the loop. I'm going to grab actually the knot of the first tie, and I'm going to pull that straight through just like that, and you can see we end up with a double knotted little leg. Okay, so that'll look a lot better when it's all together. And again, these are hairy looking things, so that's pretty much what it does. You do that for 6 flies and 6 legs, and you got what you need. That's pretty much what a leg looks like and how you knot them. Got to use that tweezers though. That's the key to that. Okay, we're going to use a size. We're going to tie this on a size 10, 94/833 Mustad hook, and I am going to put one in the vise right now. 94/833. Beautiful lightweight dry fly hook. Doesn't add a lot of weight. Doesn't sink your fly. Very nice fly to tie with. We're going to start our thread. And we'll start our thread right here. We're going to come back to about in line with the tip of the hook. Right there. I'm going to take my extended body that I had just made. And I'm going to lay that in so that that bend is right. I'm coming right on the last crease that I made. Now I could wrap onto the shank. In fact, I'm going to snip off a little bit of this so I'm not dealing with the long fibers. I'm going to wrap that in, and then I'm going to come up underneath and I'm going to wrap on the thread. So you see what I'm doing there. I'm wrapping the thread in, making that extremely durable. And we'll tie our thread in, and then we can just cut the excess thread in. So that thread holds that entire thing together. We could do a little snip right there. And that's pretty much the piece. If you want to mark it, now's a really good time. You could just come through with a, in my case, I just go through with a little silver marker here. And I'm just going to touch the sides just like that. And you can see that just marks it up a little bit. Gives it a little bit of colorization. The fish, of course, is still seeing kind of the bottom. It's just like a tinted version, so he's seeing the dotted. That's one nice thing. It leaves them little dots on the extended body. Really looks realistic. Okay, I'm going to take 2 of these legs, and I, of course, had pre-made these. I'm going to take 2 of these. I'm going to tie them in, and I'm going to tie them to the camera side. Okay, so I have 2 of them to the camera side. I'm tying them back, and then I'm going to come over the intersection, and I'm going to pull one leg out and come between it, just like that. So you can see how that kind of spread that leg. Okay, so we kind of have one back and one out. You can see that. Okay, we're going to take 2 more. We're going to do the same thing on my side. So again, I'll line up 2 more of these fibers, of these little legs, doing the exact same thing. I'm going to come in and I'm going to tie them so they are to my side. And I actually missed one of them. Let me get that thing back in position here. There we go. And the same thing, tie them down, tie them back to that point, and again leave one go back and come between the other. Trying to get that drawn out just a little bit. That guy did not stay straight for me. Well, I'm just trying to straighten out a leg right here. There we go. Slide. There you go. There it is. Okay, so now we got that leg in place. Again, come to the back. I'm going to separate one of these legs out. Let one go that way, one go long. And put a wrap right in between them. And again, we could spread these out and let one go in between here too, because I kind of backed off on that. So let me just get that in there like that. and that like that. So you can see we have basically 4 legs on there. Doesn't matter if they're sticking all over the place for now. Everything's going to be straightened out here very shortly. Going to work my way front. I'm going to come up and make one more hump right there. We're going to reach in with the scissors. We're just going to cut that off like that. And I'm going to tie down that excess. Just like that, okay? Tie that excess down. Grab our other leg. Going to grab one more leg here. And we're going to tie it to the camera side right here. And I'm going to grab the other leg and I'm going to tie it to my side. So we end up with our 6 legs on. Not that the fish count, but hey, we're trying to make things a little bit neat anyway. Okay, so that's that. Going to add a little bit of flash. We'll take a little bit of crystal flash. And I'm just going to take like 3 pieces of crystal flash. Cut them off. And I'm going to tie them in. Sort of as an underwing. So just tie them in right in front here, and then I'm going to work them back into the side, like that, and then back to this side. And again, we'll take all them, we're going to pull them tight, about the length of the body, snip them off. Gives you a nice underwing. Take some hackle. Going to use some dirty hackle for the wings. And it's a nice light. They have some very slender wings. That's what you want to tie. Pick out a couple feathers that suit you. And I guess the biggest thing with the wings is you just need an indication of wings. It's not really doing anything. It's not really floating the fly. It could help a little bit because it is hackle, and it is stiff hackle. We're just going to take them, and I want them a little bit shorter than the fly itself, so you kind of measure that in. And we're going to cut that off, trim off our stubbles, and now I could tie one in to the one side, just like that. And we'll tie one into the other side. And it just gives a nice indication of wings. And that goes in just like that. And if you look at that, got 2 beautiful little sets of wings. Again, the money shot, of course, is what the fish sees. So if you can kind of see that from the underneath, really starting to look like a realistic type of fly. Going to take a brown hackle, a good hackle, and we're going to palmer the front of that with a nice hackle. Let's see if I can find something that I like here. Something that'll give me some good wraps and cover a good piece of the fly itself. That looks pretty nice there. Again, cutting the stiff ends. I'm going to cut the base, and we're going to tie that in right there. And basically, we're just going to palmer this as you would any hackle. This is pretty much long enough that I don't need to get crazy with it as far as hackle pliers. All these new hackles that we have nowadays are so long you could probably do a couple flies with them. But any type of hackle, just any type of dry fly hackle, kind of like the brown, it just darkens up the head on this fly. And we could snip off the excess. We'll pull this whole thing back, make a nice head. and wet finish. Something I would not want to go fishing with. I mean, you have to have this in your box. I would not want to be on the creek without some of these patterns like this. This is a killer. And again, when nothing's happening, or you know, maybe you come across something where they're eating but you don't know exactly what's going on, try crane fly. These things are absolutely incredible. JM crane fly. And that is pretty much the fly. JM on the fly, and I am out of here.